Morning, Cibolo Valley. We hope and pray all is well with you. Um, there is only one true God, and not only does the Bible attest to that, so does the world around us. You can also trust the Bible as telling real history. And not since it tells real history, it tells the truth, not just about history, but about everything else. Archaeology and paleontology can help us confirm this. I'm going to tell you a story about a people from around the world. The knowledge of the one true God has been preserved in the Polynesian culture. The Maori people of New Zealand left the Middle East sometime after Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph lived around 3,800 years ago. And as I tell the story, you'll be able to figure out how they know that. And journeyed west through the Indo-Malayan regions, ending up in Hawaii. When the Hawaiian culture was overrun by enemies from Tahiti, many fled to New Zealand. These Maori people brought with them a knowledge of God, creation, and of other biblical events. They had been in the Middle East. They had migrated out to Hawaii and then elsewhere. But they brought their knowledge of the creation of the Bible with them. The Maori have stories about God making the first people from dirt, and stories about Eve and a snake. Their stories also tell of a great ancestor known as Luanu, who left his country and traveled south. He was commanded by God to introduce circumcision to all of his descendants. He had two sons, one by a slave girl and the other by a chieftainess. He went up a mountain to sacrifice to God. Luanu is Abraham of the Bible, of course. Their stories also include references to Jacob and Joseph, which is how they know the time frame in which they left the Middle East. And now all of this was in their history stories, their historical accounts, prior to any missionary contact. The Maori priests had knowledge of a supreme being named, now it's spelled I-O, but it's pronounced Eor. These are a few of his attributes, his names: supreme, everlasting, the parent of heavens, the parent of worlds, the parent of clouds, the parent of animals and of man, the source of knowledge, the giver of all. Genesis events such as the global flood and the Tower of Babel are also known within the Maori culture. The Maori people of New Zealand and other Polynesian cultures have preserved the knowledge of the one true God and the real history of humanity for thousands of years. The truth of the Bible is not limited to just the Jews and the Christians. God has left a witness of true history among the nations, and it confirms what's in the Bible. We are told in Titus 2:11 that for the grace of God that brings salvation has appeared to all men. He's available to all men. He will respond to all men. And he will respond and help us today if we'll let him. And we're out.